What's up, all my Ewoks, Rebels, and Droids? It's Anna, also known as that Star Wars girl, and today I'm going to be talking about the one and only Brie Larson because, yes, everyone, the bitch is back.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
Now, in all realness, Nissan decided to attempt career suicide by hiring Brie Larson as the actress in the face that is going to be representing their brand. Now, I've seen plenty of actors and actresses endorse, things like cars or products, because in between making movies, it's, fast money. Some people got families. Like, I know for a fact that, Matthew McConaughey, he's got a couple kids, he's got a wife. In between doing these really intense dramatic roles, maybe he needs a couple extra bucks, so he does a few Lincoln commercials. I'm not judgy. If you like that, you get to go ride in a fancy car, you get treated like a god, because you're Matthew McConaughey, you're Brie Larson, you're the A-list actor on set, and I don't know what class you would consider it, but I get it. Money is money, and you get to go, you get to be on a set, and it's fast, and it's easy. I feel like for people like this that do intense dramatic roles or crazy superhero movies, it's fast money, so I understand them taking the job. But for Nissan, after watching the bullshit that went on with Captain Marvel and the entire backlash that happened with Brie Larson, I don't know what the hell they were thinking by hiring her. But now, with that being said, looking at this commercial, so in this commercial, it's this manager telling his female employee that she's not getting a promotion.
So I'm going to hold on promoting you this quarter.
What happens? Brie Larson swipes up in the new Nissan car, and she's like, get in. And the whole slogan is that they aren't going to compromise. And she proceeds to show the features of the car, which is that it has automatic brakes so you won't back up, and she's driving around like a maniac. And I'm like, all right, not only are you stereotyping female drivers, because you're making it look like she's a crazy fucking lunatic driving in this brand new car, and there has to be these safety features installed so she doesn't back up and, destroy the brand new freaking car. And I'm like, all right, that's not sexist at all. All right, fine. But so the commercial, I could deal with it. I could deal with you want to do a female whamen empowerment commercial about your brand new car instead of, attempting to show off these features in your car. Now, I honestly think this commercial was filmed a while ago because, and this is the thing, I don't know if people pay attention too much. I do, because I've been trying to grow my hair out for years now. I had my hair cut up to my ears, and I just pay attention to women's hair. And Brie Larson's hair is about the length of when she, right around the time when Captain Marvel and Endgame came out, because, they came out really close to one another. So her hair length now is a little bit longer, so I think this commercial was filmed months and months ago when those movies came out, and so maybe they got too far into production, so that's why they had to go with this commercial, because watching it, it's like, what the fuck were you thinking? This is so incredibly cringeworthy, and it's like, so you're not going to compromise style for safety, and it's still going to be a nice, flashy car, but it has all these fancy safety features, so you're not compromising. I'm like, all right, well, you're really not, because to be completely honest, that's not a pretty car. I've seen pretty cars, and I'm just over here like McLaren P1. Oh my God, sweet baby Jesus, that's a beautiful piece of machinery. I've seen beautiful cars. I live in Southern California. I get to see them driving around all the time. It's fucking glorious when you get to see. It's like, I'll never be able to afford you, but you're really freaking pretty to look at, nice cars. So seeing that, I'm like, so it's like every other car? All right, whip-de-freaking-do. But then you get Brie Larson, and you make your commercial about female whamen empowerment and how she goes in this car with Brie Larson. Brie Larson drives like a maniac, and then she stops back in front of the boss that won't give her the promotion, and she's like, all right, I'm not going to compromise. I'm going to go up to him, and she gets out of the car and she struts off, and then Brie Larson drives off. And it's like, all right, so we don't even know what happens. If you're going to go tell your boss, no, fuck you, I'm not compromising, you're going to lose your job. So Brie Larson just encourages this woman to lose her job. All right. So, and I was like, again, I'm going to compare it to the freaking Matthew McConaughey commercials. When Matthew McConaughey is doing the Lincoln commercials and he's talking about the car, he's like, feel how smooth this drives. Look at the leather on this. This is what, when you drive past people, this is how they look at you in this luxury Lincoln car. And I'm like, ooh, this seems like a nice car, you know? And it's like, you can almost smell like the new car leather scent, the way that Matthew McConaughey like seductively describes a Lincoln to you. And I'm like, I might be on board with this. Like, again, it's a car I'm never going to be able to afford, but, and I just personally like trucks, but that's just me. But I'm like, this is a commercial about the car, and they are using Matthew McConaughey and his talent as an actor to sell the car. This is not a commercial to sell the car. This is a commercial about Brie Larson and whamen empowerment, but pretending to sell a car. And so then they did a behind the scenes, which I'm going to clip out a few snippets for you. It's painful. Now, they talk about the car very briefly in this, but this entire thing, it's literally just them doing a little thing talking about Brie Larson and her career as a whamen in a male dominated industry, because, you know, whamen need to be there to support whamen. And I'm like, why are you talking about this? You're trying to sell a car. You're not trying to sell Brie freaking Larson. And there's a reason why the videos are both extremely ratioed in the ups to down vote ratio. And there's also a reason why the comments are turned off on those videos. It's blatantly obvious, but I'm sorry I have to subject you to this. But let's see a little bit of this of what Brie Larson had to say.
Hello, I'm Brie Larson, and I am on the set of a commercial for the Nissan Sentra.
What was it about the idea of no compromises that resonated with you?
The fact that I was pitched this concept that on the surface, just looking at the ad itself, that it is about sisterhood, pumping each other up, community, and allowing each other to have the opportunity to believe in ourselves, because that really feels like the first step with all of this. It's like you can't be what you can't see, and so I think actually following someone's journey in disbelief into belief is a powerful image.
So, right off the bat, what is the first thing that she admits in this little interview behind the scenes thing for the promotion for a car? Oh, the thing that drew me to do this project is the ad. She doesn't care about the car. She probably doesn't know shit about this car. She probably showed up and was just like, yeah, I have a license. Yeah, I can drive a car. And then did the shooting for it. She doesn't know shit about this car. All that she the only reason why she agreed to do this was because a paycheck, and because she saw the ad, she saw the script for it, and she's like, oh hey, I get a virtue signal for an entire day. Sign me up, because I'm Brie freaking Larson, and all I care about is virtue signaling. So the big thing that really set me off in this was the whole you can't be what you can't see, and it's like, all right, so no one's allowed to be, you know, a back-end engineer, because that's actually been a really big thing, is that there's been a lot of promotion to try to get women into engineering, and, you know, to get women to do not just computer engineering and like front engineering, back-end engineering, but also, you know, like civil engineering, and, you know, just to get women into engineering. And there's like a lot of campaigns that have been going on, and they even had that little documentary Dream Big come out to get kids and, you know, little girls interested in becoming engineers, because, you know, that's a very, you know, big industry and big field, and we're always going to need engineers. But guess what? You don't see engineers on a daily basis, because guess what? They're fucking working. So you can't be what you can't see. All right, I guess every single little girl that wants to, you know, that dreams, or, you know, little boy, but we're gonna specifically talk about little girls, because this is about sisterhood, this is about pumping each other up, this is about whamen. So all the future whamen, the little girls that are gonna grow up to be whamen, I guess none of them are allowed to, or I guess they can't be engineers, because they don't get to see them on a daily basis, because, you know, Brie Larson hasn't played that role yet. Oh sweet Jesus, I hope she doesn't. But you know, it's just like, really Brie Larson, we can't be what we can't see. Okay, I guess, like, I don't see doctors on a daily basis, but I guess, I can't be a doctor because I didn't see it. Maybe a kid's dream is to cure a disease. Maybe there's a little kid out there that wants to be the one that cures cancer. Well, guess what? No one has done that yet. That's not a thing. No one has discovered the, ultimate cure for cancer, the vaccination that will cure cancer. We haven't seen that yet. So you can't be it. Sorry, kids. Brie Larson, crazy Brie, she says you can't be the doctor that cures freaking cancer because there's never been one, so you can't be it because if you can't see it, you can't be it. All right, Brie Larson, really? How? It's like, maybe you should dye your hair brown because right now all you're doing is embodying the dumb blonde persona. And if you know blondes, which I do, my mom is bleach blonde. She looks like Elsa from Frozen. They get kind of pissed off when you're like, oh, you're, just a dumb blonde. But honestly, Brie, you're not doing that any favors. Maybe dye your hair a different color. But let's get back into this because guess what? It gets worse.
There was a moment where I remember going in on my 10,000th audition, going in and being prepared and having what I felt like was all the credentials that I needed, and a guy on the other side of the table give me a bad note. And I remember walking out being like, I don't want to be on the wrong side of the table anymore. I want to be part of the conversation. Like, I don't want to feel this distance,
Yeah.
I want to be communicated with, not to.
All right. Well, they're showing the car. Are they talking about the car? Nope, they're talking about Brie Larson doing her audition and how this concept of no compromising came about her life and how she felt like she really prepared and she got a bad note. And so that changed her life because she felt like she deserved it. Well, guess what? Sometimes you can do your absolute best and your absolute best isn't good enough. You should understand that in Hollywood, I feel like any industry, any job, that's actually a thing. In real life, when you're outside of the school system where, they give you participation trophies, guess what? In real life, if you are not willing to go above and beyond, then it's just not gonna cut it. It's dog-eat-dog world out there, especially in Hollywood. If you can't take one little note, and it doesn't even sound like it was that bad, and you're coming in for a job. Yes, you're always going to be on the other side of the table, unless you want to get into directing and you want to be on the other side and, not be the person whose face is plastered on the front of every poster, and you don't want to be the superstar, and you want to be the lesser-known person that's, behind the scenes, then guess what? You always are going to be on the other side of the table, and you're probably going to make a lot more money than the people on the other side of the table that give you the notes. So why are you complaining? Because one dude a long time ago said, hey, maybe here's a little note so that way you can do better next time. Okay, whatever. Apparently that's the end of the freaking world. But again, it gets worse. Let's get back to it.
So you and I both work in heavily male-dominated industries. Was that something that you were aware of when you first started out? And if so, did you start to change your approach in order to address that?
I started so young. I started when I was 7 or 8, so I didn't have that differentiation between me and anything else, really. But it's not until you get older and having just so much dedicated time in one field that you start to look around and go, wait, why am I the only one like me? And it's now become my passion, not just for the representation on screen, but to also feel like I'm on a set that reflects the world that I live in.
We both work in a heavily male-dominated field. Oh my God. Smallest violin in the world for you and your problems. So you're telling me that there's a lot of successful men that woke up in the morning and decided to go pursue a career and, get a paycheck and, pursue their dreams. Maybe this is their lifelong dream, working on a commercial set for Nissan. Did you ever think of that? Maybe it's, that they want to work for Nissan, or, that they want to work in Hollywood. They either want to work on sets, they want to be screenwriters, they want to be directors, they want to be producers, they want to be special effects artists, they want to be behind the camera. So because men decided to not be bums and get off their ass and go work and pursue their dreams, oh, it's bad because it's a male-dominated industry. Again, smallest fucking violin in the world for you and your problems. If you are so bothered that there is another gender and there might be more of them on set, and hey, I'm gonna just tell you this, when you're actually on a set, guess what? There's some stuff on there that I'm just gonna be straight out honest, there are some things on there that women cannot do. There are some heavy lifting shit that I don't care how much you fucking work out, I don't care how much roids you take. There's gonna be some things that, you know, maybe women don't even want to do that shit. Have you ever thought about that? And you can go look at a bunch of jobs that, you know, how many women garbage men do you see? I have never seen one. In my entire fucking life, I have never seen a female garbage man. But do you see anyone complaining that there aren't enough women garbage men? Nope. Nope, but oh my god, me, you, Brie Larson, look, we're both privileged white women with blonde hair, and oh my god, we work in heavy, male-dominated industry. Okay, well, guess what? Are either of you two really working? No, you're sitting there fucking talking while everyone else does the work for you, while the men do the work for you. And of course, they have to zoom in on every single whamen that's on set, every single whamen that's doing something, but guess what? All the women, you know, they got headsets on, they're walking around, they're talking to people, and then you see the men that are actually, you know, doing the work on the cars. It's like, alright. And then Brie Larson is like, oh, well, you know, there was never really anyone like me. It's like, all right, apparently she's the first white, privileged, blonde-haired woman in Hollywood, and she wanted to be the representation on screen. All right, you're the first fucking one, Brie Larson. We haven't had, you know, a young, blonde, white girl that grew up with a middle-class family, or, you know, I guess, you know, higher middle-class family, and, you know, got to go to acting school instead of regular school, and then, you know, just started off in Hollywood since you were fucking 7 years old. Oh my god, you're the only one. I feel so freaking sorry for you. But you're here now. You're here to be the representation of women on screen. Excuse me while I gag. Ugh. But this is the there was the commercial that it was just Brie Larson driving the damn car and looking like an idiot to show off their safety features because, you know, women are terrible drivers, and Brie Larson is endorsing that stigma behind it. And then the entire behind the scenes isn't even talking about the car. It's talking about the virtue signaling behind the marketing campaign for the commercial and how it's about women and female empowerment. They don't even really talk about the car. And this is the behind the scenes shooting of the commercial. And it's just Brie Larson admitting that all she really cared about doing this was that she got paid and that she got to virtue signal for a day. Whip-de freaking do. Congratulations. You get a hate on men and you get a virtue signal. I don't fucking care. Who saw this and said, yes, this is a great idea, let's do this? I don't fucking know, but Nissan, this is why your video is extremely ratioed. This is why you had to turn off your comments. It's freaking ridiculous. Nobody wants this shit. But, you know, if you are going to dig your own grave, you might as well lay in it. So, everyone, let me know what you thought about this in the comments below. If your mind is as blown as mine, I'm freaking sorry that it blows my mind that this woman is still working. But again, maybe they filmed this a while ago and it got too far into production that they just had to put it out. I would have made an executive decision, said no, we'll take the loss, and maybe we can get somebody to edit this shit so that way it's not Brie Larson running her big mouth, or they could have just aired the fucking commercial and not the behind the scenes shit. But whatever, to each their own. Again, They made the call, so I'm not even a little bit sympathetic to Nissan for this. But anyway, guys, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, that's okay too. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Make sure you click that little bell. Make sure it's set to all. That way you get notifications when I do other videos and live streams. And until next time, everyone, have a great rest of your day. And may the force be with you, because we are really, 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 really going to need it. Bye, everyone. What's up, everyone? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and I have an Etsy store, so if you've ever wanted to own a print of my artwork, this is the place to go. As you can see, I have a lot of recognizable characters, from horror films to heroes to Star Wars characters. Some of the notable characters I have on here are Darth Vader, which I did a couple live streams painting, so you can own a print of this painting. I also have Luke Skywalker, the binary sunset version, one of my favorite scenes in the original New Hope movie. I have Darth Maul, which Ray Parks himself actually complimented me on Instagram. And then last but certainly not least, Ahsoka Tano. So if you want to own any of these prints, go right on over to my Etsy store. Again, that's The Art of Anna, That Star Wars Girl, or TSWG for short. Thank you, everyone, and have a great rest of your day. What's up, everyone? I have a P.O. box, so if you want to send me some mail, go ahead and send it to Anna, that Star Wars girl, or TSWG for short, at P.O. Box number 28171, Santa Ana, California, 927998171. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much.